Yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted, and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the ribbon, we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing you. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more. Do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a fool fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, yeah. And she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone be blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might be coming at it. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, then you know what's next, stay. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a five-star, baby. Packing out to see this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a fool fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her, yeah.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mafia, shout out to anybody that was in the live stream last night. We wound up getting that pump that we were looking for right into our next key levels of resistance. Now, we did pop through them just a little bit, but now that daily candle is starting to settle right in that level of resistance. As you guys know, there were some very specific things. If you saw the market update earlier, you will know kind of what we were looking at to see that break above the value area high, to see that big pump above that range and into this next level of resistance. Are we going to be able to break through, or are we going to get a pullback first? But I want to break down a lot of stuff on tonight's live stream, guys. We're going to take a look at the heat maps. We're going to take a look at the liquidity, see where it's sitting, and why, if we are able to come up and tickle that all-time high, why we may be able to get a big, big pump to the upside. But it is not all rainbows and butterflies, guys. We have to at least entertain, although we are bullish, we are going to entertain at least the idea that we could get some kind of a pullback, because we don't want the Mafia getting caught off sides here. So shout out to everybody in here and everybody that tuned into last night's live stream. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Every 100 likes we get gives you guys some extra chances to win some free crypto. If we hit 850 likes, that is the goal for tonight. If we hit 850, we'll be giving away, I don't know, Tony, after that poll gets voted on a little bit more, maybe drop a poll asking the Mafia what they want as far as crypto. Are we going to give away some Solana? Are we going to give away some Pepe? Like, what are we giving away here? But we will give away some crypto if we hit 850 likes. So let's go ahead and smash that up, baby. Shout out to Darren Does Things, says like 86 was DDT. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Let's see who we got in the chat today. We got Tyler Durden said, what is going on, bro? He says offsides is a 5-yard penalty. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Offsides might be a loss of money penalty in this case, but shout out to Tyler Durden. Let's go. Thank you for being here, bro. And guys, shout out to our mods in the chat. Show them some respect. The Mafia loves them. I love them. Show them some respect in the chat. Drop some love for them. Rockstar Cola, what is going on, bro? We got Michael S in the chat. Nirvana, good to see you. We got Bully. We got Bully Barry over here. Shout out to Bully Barry. Shows up when price pumps. Let's get it. Hey, Barry. Thank you, bro. Thank you for setting the price up. We appreciate you, man. The Bulls are showing their horns today. We got the Sleepy Ape in the chat. What is going on, bro? We got Eugene Sky. Welcome in. General Brandon Jackson, what is going on, bro? Said Dogecoin all the way, baby. Shout out to General. We're actually going to take a look at Dogecoin because we looked at Dogecoin yesterday and we looked at flipping a very key level of support or resistance into support, and we are actually doing that. At least the last time I checked it, it might have broken back through. But we're going to take a look at Dogecoin, guys. We'll take a look at some of the altcoins as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Bitcoin and break down this price action for you guys and see if we can predict this next move. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. I only sing when I win. Shout out to I Am. Let's go, bro. I don't know. Are you out there winning? Are you just sitting there singing at the Frankie Candles live stream here at your computer screen? Let me know. Shout out to Mod. $5 for BTC. What is going on? Says Sauce. Let's go, bro. Let's see. Work from home day. Frankie is live. Shout out to Stelios. Welcome in, bro. This is your new work day. Tell your boss to take a hike. We got some charts to look at here. But let's go ahead and jump in on in, guys. Now, obviously, we have gotten that nice pop to the upside. Now, if you guys tune into yesterday's live stream, you will know that we were looking at the liquidity. Last time on the live stream, we were actually looking for our first target to get hit, which was the value area high, and then we actually saw price come up in there during the live stream. Maybe we're going to see a move in today's live stream. This is like the third, that was the second live stream in a row. We actually got some action while we were live, but we saw that value area high get tapped while we were actually live, and then right after we hit that value area high, we were looking at this, and more specifically, guys, looking at the liquidation heat maps saying, well, hey, let me scroll up here a little bit. Where are we? Actually, let me scroll up a little bit more here. Bada boom, right here. As you guys can see, we knew that we had that liquidity sitting up above these highs saying, hey, if we crack that value area high and we start to liquidate those shorts, we may be able to get that explosive push to the upside, which could lead into our next level of resistance, which is simply sitting right here between these two weekly naked points of controls, sitting at about 71,783, and then up here at about 72,551. If I want to get those exact levels for you guys, I don't want to butcher them for you. So yeah, 71,775 and 72,589. Right, those are that was the next major zone of resistance. And if you saw the market update, I actually dropped a clip in there. We're literally talking about how we had those short liquidations sitting up here, and we all know, right? At least at this point, if you've been watching the Frankie Candles live stream, at least last night, you will know we were talking about those. Not only the fact that short liquidations were up there, but understanding that when you get stomped out or liquidated out of a short position, it creates that market buy, which was able to help us predict that if we were going to break this value area high, we may see that quick liquidation to the upside, or those big juicy candles flying to the upside into our next key zone of resistance. And here we are, once again, sitting at the target. So absolutely beautifully came up to sweep that liquidity. Now, the real question is, are we going to be able to continue up here, or are we going to get a little bit of a pullback? And I'm going to dive into the lower time frames to break that down for you guys a little bit more. But first, I want to jump back over to the heat maps real quick, because obviously, we did come in here. We swept a lot of that liquidity above here. Obviously, was able to assist that big liquidation. If you see this big candle here, very likely that was due to a lot of those liquidations coming in. But if we come on over to a higher time frame, like the 6-month, you guys can see we even had some liquidity sitting above, even higher. Sitting, closer to about 73, 730. We had a bunch of liquidity above there. So not only did we come sweep that, but we pushed up higher. And this is, hopefully, shout out to the Mafia. Hopefully, this is all able to help you guys understand what we actually look for on the charts and why we see these big moves up. It's not always a liquidation, right? It's not always a short squeeze. That's not always why price pumps. But we could see here, right? We've been looking at these liquidation levels saying, guys, we all know that we have this is like the famous liquidity above the value area high and even just 70K in general, saying if we start breaking that level, we're probably going to see a pretty heavy pump. Not just because we're bullish and we want price to go up, but because we see that liquidity on the charts here. And it's just a beautiful example of how that plays out. You sweep this liquidity up there, which again is only visible on the lower time frame right here. That gives you the push up, and then you start to leak into this upper liquidity, and that has just been slowly ripping us to the upside, or should I say quickly ripping us to the upside, and then pulling up the year, the 1 year time map, the 1 year liquidation heat map here. You guys can see now it's going to take a minute to print that next daily candle here, but you guys can see 74, between about 74 and $74,429 is going to be that next real big area of liquidations, which we just kind of front ran a little bit, right? So just to keep that in mind, right? We do still have some more liquidity sitting above, which again may be able to give us that extra push to the upside. And if we keep creeping up here, guys, these liquidations can easily not only suck price up, but also continue to send Bitcoin flying as those shorts continue to get squeezed. Now, with that being said, as we look at our main range here, finally, we get some kind of a breakout here. And I want you guys to notice this when it comes to the technical analysis, right? Typically, when we come up to these highs, we are very bearish, right? We come up here, we look for the dump. We come up here, we look for the dump. And then, even here and here, we look for the pullbacks, right? But as we approached here, as you guys know, yesterday, I think the thumbnail was all-time highs incoming, question mark, right? We don't know that 100%, but we're going to, it's always a all-time highs incoming question mark. Let's dive in on the live stream and figure it out. And that's where we saw the liquidations. But generally, right, we see price coming up here, but we are not bullish, right? You'll notice we weren't super bullish here or super bullish here. We were kind of the only ones screaming down. But when we get here this time, we're saying all-time highs incoming? Like, maybe, right? Like, because we actually have things to look at on the chart, such as the bullish market structure here on the dailies. It's something we've been looking at time and time again. You get the bullish change of character, the higher low, the breakish structure to the upside, and then you just continue to break structure to the upside, right? This is an uptrend. And this is why when we were shorting the top here in the premium Discord, we weren't looking for this to go down to zero, right? Now, if it were to come down lower, we would have held that winner. But, we were looking for this to be a lackluster retracement. I was kind of hoping, to be honest with you guys, right? Like, I don't get it exactly right every single time. I really was kind of hoping to come down closer to 64,500. I mean, we came down to 65K almost. We just barely front ran the level. I was hoping to load up on a huge long, but we shorted the top here. I was hoping to come down a little lower, and then we actually took a long here from the literal bottom. I was in a $180,000 long, guys, and then got stopped out in profit. I made like $3,000 on that trade, and then I got stopped out in profit, and then finally price rips. This will be up 5 figures if I were in it, but it doesn't matter because I'm not, and I'm definitely not butthurt about it. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But obviously not FOMOing into anything. But the idea here is that because of this bullish market structure, guys, we were not looking for a massive dump to the downside, yet we were looking for a lackluster pullback to put in a higher low and then continue price to the upside, right? Looking to eventually get above that value area high and then once again, grab that liquidity above 70K, which is what we wound up actually seeing, right? Didn't get the pullback all the way down to 64.5. We front ran it just a little bit, but we are seeing that play out beautifully. And that is the importance of seeing and understanding the market structure and the higher time frame signals and understanding the analysis and not just getting bullish because you get a pump to the upside, right? Now, we also had bearish, a bearish case here as well, but very simply put, what were we looking at as the bearish case? We were looking for price to come up and put a higher high potentially into the value area high with lower highs on our momentum waves or our Lux Algo oscillator as well, RSI, whatever you're looking at for your divergences. But we didn't get that, right? We just wound up ripping right up past that value area high. We didn't print the bear div, so simply put, There's no short trade. And you sit on your hands and you let price continue. And so, the TA absolutely beautifully playing out here. And again, it has to do with the bullish market structure. We also took a look at some of the other bullish signals on the higher time frames that we looked at on the market update earlier today. And they really did come in closer to the 3-day where we had the money flow crossing over into the green here. Not only that, but we got this nice tick up on our money flow. And then we got that VWAP flip with our immediate green dot printing right after the red dot, which kind of shows like bulls are trying to push it down. The bears are trying to push it down. And the bulls are just like, nah, we're going right back up. And now that we have that nice spike up in money flow here, it actually looks a little bit, it doesn't look that bad, right? And that was just another thing that we were looking at. And it is not just bullish because price is pumping, right? We actually have a reason to look for that price to push up, and hopefully, those liquidations played out absolutely beautifully. And hopefully, you guys who drop a hashtag value, drop a candle in the chat, drop something in the chat to let me know you guys were here when we were looking at those liquidations above, looking for that pop to the upside based off that actual technical signal. And we're going to talk about kind of where I think price is going to go next year in a second, but I like to break down how we got to where we are. I don't do this to show, look what we were looking at yesterday, it played out. I don't care about being right, guys. I just said, right, even down here, I don't get it right 100% of the time. I was hoping that this was going to pull down to 64,500 where I was going to enter a gigantic long. When we bounced here, I took the 180K long. It was a little bigger, but then I got stopped out in profit, right? Like, it's not about being right. It's about showing you guys that the analysis actually works, because I want the Mafia to actually learn from these live streams and then apply that knowledge to actually go out there and make some money. So it's never about bragging. It's never about being right. It's about actually making sure that the Mafia understands the TA, because if you don't, I'll explain it again so you can actually capitalize on that information. There's those candles in the chat, baby. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. But yeah, we're going to take a look at kind of, let's take a look at what I am kind of expecting here moving forward, right? So yesterday, we looked for the potential break of the value area high. We get the liquidations, and now we are simply sitting at our next target. So you might ask yourself, and this, I just want to be clear, guys. It doesn't mean that if we look at a target above, it's just automatically going to get hit because they keep getting hit. I want to be clear. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again, right? It's a part of the game. But here we are at our target. Now, if we are going to continue up, based off the liquidation heat maps that we just looked at, with all that liquidity, which again is going to start to pick up back above $74,000, right? So right now, I'll be honest with you guys, we don't have a lot of, we actually don't really have a lot of resistance above, right? If I pull up our naked points of controls, this is Exo charts. This is where I pull my naked points of controls from. But you guys can see here, these 2 weekly naked points of controls, these gold lines, right? Very simply put, these are just strong levels of resistance. These weekly naked points of controls were the next target if we were able to break the value area high. We break the value area high, and we are now sitting at that target. But look above. There is not much above us here other than the all-time high. I mean, we dang near cracked that all-time high, right? If we actually come on over to the candlestick chart, I mean, we got pretty dang close to it. What was this actual wick up to? 73, what was that? 73,666. Yikes. I don't like that. I don't like that number at a high. Oh, God. Hopefully that 666 doesn't bring us all the way back down. Just kidding, guys. But, we basically came up to tap that all-time high just about. We just missed it by a couple bucks. Maybe we hit it on some other. Let me actually check that. Let me check the USDT chart real quick. Did we tap it on USDT? Bada boom. Let's see, 73. No. Okay, so we just barely front ran it. But to be quite honest with you guys, these weekly naked points of controls are the last levels of resistance holding us back from tapping that all-time high. I mean, I guess technically the all-time high would be the last, the last level. But really, like the last significant levels here are these 2 weekly naked points of controls. And if we start breaking above these guys, we do have that liquidity sitting above, which could potentially do the same thing that it did at this value area high. The same thing we looked at yesterday, saying if we break here, those liquidations might trigger, and it might give us a big push up. This is the next target. It might be the same thing if we can wiggle our way in above this level, start liquidating those shorts, we may be able to get another push to the upside. And the question is, where are we going to go next? Is it going to be up here? Wow, that's weird. That's weird. This is actually pretty close to the next target to the upside. But before we bring up those next targets, guys, I want to bring in the lower time frames and kind of analyze what is going on within these levels. Is there a reason that we could pull back from here? Are we just going to keep screaming to the upside? I want to break it down just a little bit for you guys. Now, I will say this, guys. I am not rushing into any trades. When the trades are there, we take them one after another when there's strong confirmations. But here's the thing. When we took this long position down here at 65K, right? 65.7 was my entry, right? this was the long entry, right? This is where you want to long. You do not want to long after all these green candles. Could you have longed here at resistance and potentially gotten the breakout? Yes, it would have worked out in this case. I even said it yesterday. You could gamble. Maybe you'll make some money. But it's not a good way to approach trading and make money over time, right? You're eventually going to get wrecked, and more often than not, that's not going to play out in your favor, right? But if you want to actually consistently make money in this market trading, you want to enter in as you're pulling back, right? You want to look for the longs at the lows. This was the opportunity to long. And again, I took this long, got stopped down in profit. I am not FOMOing in here. I don't mind missing this little move to the upside. In the grand scheme of things, I know it's really exciting. It is exciting. We're flying, baby. Is the bull market here? It seems like it might be. And we'll take a look at the higher time frames as well, because there's something I want to show you guys. But, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not worried about missing a 10% move here. Now, this is a nice pump to the upside. However, it doesn't matter, right? Because we could just, as a trader, you could just catch the next move. My spot bags are ripping right now, right? At least my Bitcoin bags. But not FOMOing into trades. You don't want to long at the tippy top. It's not a great idea. You want to short after the pump. Everyone gets bullish. That's where you want to short, right? Everyone gets bearish. That's where you want to long, right? Everyone's bullish. I'm not saying you have to short here or should short here. I'm just saying it's not necessarily for me where I like to take longs. I can't long these big green candles. So for me, I am simply being patient, waiting for price to either consolidate so I can pull a range and get a more clear idea of the context of the market and where I should be looking for longs or shorts, or I will just be looking for scalp shorts to get a little cool off, even if we're going to continue up, right? So I'm either looking for shorts up here, or I am simply sitting on my hands waiting for a pullback or an actual signal to take a new long position. So don't FOMO in, don't rush anything, right? Take your time. Don't get scammed out there, please, for the love of God. But let's go on down to those lower time frames really quick. I just kind of want to go over kind of how I'm handling this, right? If I, very often I am still holding the long from down. I would be normally holding the long from down here, but in this case, I got stopped out in profit. It's a bummer. Big deal. We'll make money on the short or the next long. No big deal. But as we take a look at this, right? Can we get the pullback from here? I will say this. This is your next, if we're going to reject from a level, these are the strongest levels that we have so far, right? Like this is, other than this, it's the all-time high. Could we get a little rejection there or a big pullback from there potentially? But again, with all that liquidity sitting up there, we may get that squeeze to the upside. But this is kind of where we have to reassess the situation, right? It's like, hey, if we break out, if we see that liquidity swept, that's where we have to reassess the situation. And here we are. We have to reassess right now. So if we come on down to the lower time frames, right? Again, I'm not rushing into anything right now, but 4-hour red dot is printing, right? Maybe it brings us down a little bit. But really what I like to see here, guys, is stronger, higher time frame confirmations for a significant pullback. Now, yesterday what we were looking at potentially printing, also calling for a higher high, was the 12, the 16, and the daily, or 12 and 16 hour, and the daily bearish divergence that was looking to potentially print. Now, not only could this signal, if you got a red dot here, which it doesn't even look like you're going to print today, and this is very close to invalidating, but if we got this daily bearish divergence to print, right, with our higher highs on price action, with our lower highs on our momentum wave, if that printed, that would be a stronger signal for a little bit of a pullback here, right? But it is not printing just yet. So again, I'm not rushing into anything. Now, the 12 and the 16 hour, these are kind of invalidated, to be quite honest with you. Maybe when that red dot prints, the momentum wave comes down a little bit, but you can see these are basically equal, right, which is still a divergence technically. But I really like to see these as lower highs, right? Not equal highs. This would be what they call an exaggerated divergence, right? Doesn't mean it won't play out. Sometimes they play out less than normal divergences. Sometimes they play out normally. I really like to see a nice, clean, lower high on price with a higher high. But, until we see these signals, I will be honest, right? You do have some red dots looking to print, right? You have your 16-hour red dot, your 12-hour red dot. These VWAPs are coming down. Once these print, maybe we can get a little bit of a cool-off, whether you get the divergence or not. They likely will cool off price just a little bit. 10-hour red dot looking to print. 8-hour red dot looking to print as well. But again, no real bearish divergences here. So in my opinion, and especially with the market structure here on the higher time frames, if we are going to get pullbacks, I am going to be expecting all-time highs, right? For the time being, right? Maybe we get a pullback. If we start showing signs of weakness, we could change our mind here. But we are going to be very, very close. Right now we are very, very close to potentially breaking off into those all-time highs if we can crack that $74,000 level, not just because it's bullish to break an all-time high, but because we have that fat bar of liquidity sitting here, which will likely and technically push price to the upside based off the shorts getting liquidated, right? So with that being said, I'm letting price kind of settle down here, right? If the red dots start to print on these higher time frames, could we get a pullback? Yes. If we come on down to the lower time frames, we kind of have, you have a little 1-hour bearish divergence here, so that could, give you a little bit of a cool off. And if we do cool off, we're going to talk about the key levels of support down below. But yeah, this bear div here, it's thick money flow here. So I would be careful. 4-hour red dot, 3-hour red dot is confirmed. Let's see, 90-minute bearish divergence also confirmed. So maybe we kind of cool off here. I mean, this was the target. We broke above it. Now we're kind of hanging around it. If we do pull back, let's talk about those key levels of support. But again, I will say, like, there's nothing here telling me, like, this is not enough, right? Like, there would be a case where if we saw price come up here and we got a crazy SFP up here, like, it would be like, oh my God, guys, likely fake out. I'm not necessarily seeing that on the chart right now. If I am looking for a cool off, I would expect it to be a lackluster cool off before potentially coming up to the all-time highs. And if it winds up being a bigger pullback, then we will reassess the situation if that were to happen, right? But sure, we're pretty overbought here on a lot of these time frames as well. Like even the 12-hour, you're pretty overbought. So again, cool off not impossible. Taking a look at the lower time frames, 80-minute bearish divergence, 30-minute no real bear div here as well. So I'm just going to let kind of price wiggle around. I like to see that price consolidate, guys, again, so I can pull a volume profile. And then if we creep up to that value area high, that's where I can look for scalp shorts, come back to the lower prices, and then if we lose that, I'm in from the top. But I need that context, right? I'm not looking to just like short up here because we pumped a ton. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we cool off a little bit, but just nothing really like super tradable in my opinion, at least as of right now. Maybe we get something a little later tonight. But if we pull back, where can we look for price to go, right? Well, to be quite honest with you guys, the next really significant level of support is now going to be the value area high. Just like when we approach from below, the value area low is going to be key resistance until proven otherwise. Once you break above it, then you look to go to the POC, right? Hold that as support, look to go to the POC. Flip the POC, look to go to the high, right? But just like on the way back up, right? You get your ride up in here. Value area low is your key resistance until proven otherwise. Same thing here, right? You break above the high. If we do get the cool off, this value area high sitting at $70,100 is what I'll call it, is going to be your key support, right? Maybe you come back over, you start to test it as support, and then you could potentially put in a higher low and continue to the upside. Now, not only is this going to be a key level of support, but also if we get stuck underneath here, guys, this could be an important level to hold because we break below it, you could be on your way back down to the POC. But as of right now, again, it's not like we're getting the super, oh my God, we're getting crazy liquidity sweep. This looks like a fake out. I would love to come up and tap that all-time high at least. And then if not, you really are in the danger zone because once you start playing around with it, I'll save the time not to pull the heat map again, but once you start playing around with it, all it takes is for those liquidations to trigger to start sucking price back up. And we'll talk about those higher prices in a minute. But yeah, if we pull back, let's pull some fibs here. I'm going to pull from this low to the high. Let's pull up the 4-hour real quick. Actually going to pull it to here. What is... let me see here, 68.3. Yeah, so this is going to be your zone, right? Like technically it is a golden pocket. It's a golden pocket 786 value area high confluence. And it is sitting here between, let me grab it for you, 70,371 down to 69,415, right? So if we do come down, we would hope, right? This is now support. But boom, we would hope if you come down here, you want to hold above this level in order to continue up. And again, maybe we kind of just spend some time up here a little bit, right? If we're not going to just rip straight up, maybe we kind of consolidate above this level, right? And then at that point, price action will be developing and we'll be able to get a better read on the indicators, a better read on the price action to say, hey, is this looking bearish for a return back into the range, or is this looking more bullish for a push back to the upside? And that's just something we have to wait for price action to develop to figure out, right? Like same thing here, right? You break above the value area high, right? You kind of bing bong around. That's where you can look for your confirmations. And then what happens here, right? You wind up swing failing that little wick, and then you get the correction back into the range. Bearish retest on your value area high. At that point, you're expecting the value area, the POC, and then you're looking for the value area low, which wound up coming in. So we have to wait for that price action to develop. Let's see, bada boom. Shout out to Blair Stevenson. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. He says, hey, Frankie, I heard bears short in the woods. Do you know if that's true? Yes, I've been hunting before. I've been in the woods, and I've never seen a bear short in the woods, but I've seen bear shorts in the woods, if you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Blair. So, yes, I can confirm that is true. That is 100% definitely true. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Caspa's the greatest. Shout out to Matej. Hopefully I said that right. I don't know if I did. We could try to take a look at Caspa in a minute. Let's see. let's see. Alts could run if we consolidate here. Yes, that is possible. And as you guys know, we actually looked at a bunch of altcoins yesterday that are set up in pretty nice patterns for potential continuations to the upside. And we'll go over that very briefly today. We'll take a look at the altcoins. I'll kind of mention what I was talking about, and then we'll take a look at some of the alts that look not too shabby, right? But here we are, guys. I don't want to overcomplicate things, right? We're just seeing what we looked for yesterday play out. I have to wait for price action to consolidate or do something here. We need the dust to settle in order to find a sound trade setup, right? I always say you don't want to trade in here, right? What you want to do is find your long at the bottom or find your long on a higher low. Right? You don't want to trade on these big moves up, right? The idea is to get in here. And shout out to the dining room, guys. Do I have this open? Shout out to the dining room, guys. This is our freemium section of the Discord where you could test out the premium Discord for free if you use one of our exchange affiliates. That long position from down here, I believe this was it, but at about 65.7 was my entry. That long setup was put here in the dining room. We share one free premium TA post per week in here, but obviously we do it every single day in the premium. Let me get rid of this. Bada boom, bada bing. But yeah, shout out to the dining room. If you guys want to check that out, get in the free Discord, come to dining room, go to unlock access, and check it out. But yeah, that is where you want to get in, right? Where there's actual setups, where you're waiting for price to come down to the level for a move, right? Not on the big move. You want to get in here and enjoy the gains. Get in here and enjoy the gains. Get in here and enjoy the gains. And even if you get in on a higher low, you want to get in before the move, right? Not while it's moving. And for me, that is a simple sit on your hands and wait situation for me. Now, if we are now kind of going up to the higher time frames here, if this is going to be the breakout, guys, if we are going to see things absolutely cook, this is what I'm going to be looking at, right? And we've been talking about this a lot lately. Actually not really lately, but we've talked about this a lot in the past throughout this 7-month range, right? Sideways consolidation, right? This is back in from January all the way to about March, right? Sideways consolidation. We wash out the longs. We get a big move up. Then in March, we start a gigantic consolidation all the way to when? All the way to October. Let me make this bigger for everybody, right? Sideways consolidation, scare out the longs, rip it to the upside. Sideways consolidation, brutal consolidation, similar to what we just went through. This was essentially, 213 days. I mean, this was pretty dang near the same kind of range that we're in right now. All the way until October, and then October, bing bong, October happens, we get the big move, right? Then we come up, sideways consolidation, scare out the longs, big move up. And then we have the 7-month consolidation here, 200 and X days, right? And then, did we wash out the longs, and are we about to see that big move to the upside? And I've kind of done that whole, that whole song and dance a bunch of times on the live stream. Sideways consolidation, wash out the longs, next big move up. Who knows, right? Maybe. But here we are, potentially seeing that happen, not only after a 7-month consolidation, let me get rid of those lines, not only after a 7-month consolidation, but also, after this amount of time, guys, this consolidation could absolutely send us, potentially, right? If we get this bearish confirmations here, we will be shorting the heck out of it, right? But if that breakout happens, guys, where am I looking next? Probably why most of you guys tuned in. Let's see. Hey, shout out to Drum Brothers. I think that's what that says. Shout out to Drum Brothers. If you play the drums, bro, shout out to you. I used to play the drums when I was younger. Fun fact, Tony absolutely shreds the drums. It's crazy. He's like the most technical drummer I've ever seen. But anyway, shout out to DRM Brothers, or Drum Brothers. Says, hey, Frankie, love you, bro. Love you, brother. Love the show. Can you look at Robin chart for me? Ticker RON, gaming blockchain. Let me go ahead and write that down for you, bro. RON. When we get over to the altcoins, I will squeeze that one in for you, bro. RON for our boy, Drum Bros. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for that super chat. Yes, we will try to take a look at that. Quick reminder, guys. Super chats do not guarantee we look at your coin. It obviously helps us see it. It stands out, but just no promises. I don't want anyone getting upset. You do not have to spend money to request your altcoin. You could also put it in the chat for free. But Drum Brothers, we will try. DRM Brothers. Shout out to Drum. So he doesn't play the drums, guys. Tony D does, though. But let's go ahead and continue on. Smash that like button, guys. If you play the drums, smash that like button. If you want Bitcoin to drum or no, I don't know. If you want Bitcoin to pump, smash that like button, guys. 850. We're gonna give away some, probably Solana, unless you guys want to request something else. All right, let's see. Bada boom. Okay, yeah. Oh wow, Solana winning by a landslide. USDT. That's not a bad one. Just some good old, digital cash there. But anyway, taking a look here, guys. If we're going to get the breakout, where can we look next? Now, again, I am not just calling for an instant move up to these prices, but I will just say, I think we took a look at this in the market update, or maybe it was just a premium Discord. But what I'm going to do here, I think I did take a look at it briefly on the market update. We are approaching a major spider line here, guys. This was rejected last time we came up to the value area high when it was a little bit lower. Actually, no, yeah. Last time we came up to that value area high, we came up to the spider line. We put in some higher time frame bearish divergences, such as a daily bearish divergence before the big pullback. And we are potentially approaching that level once again. Now, are we going to get the daily bear div? Technically it is potential here, but again, it's not printing yet. So we have a chance to avoid that. That can get invalidated, very similar to how the 16-hour is pretty much invalidated at this point, right? Like it's kind of making a higher high here. So unless that red dot prints and we dump and that momentum wave comes down, that's probably going to be invalidated, but we can still watch this, right? Like, are we going to put that bear div in? I think it's looking a little better than up here. It looks like we may invalidate that, but this spider line is coming in at $74,670, which is technically above the all-time high, but that is a level that you want to keep an eye on, right? Because are we just going to sweep those all-time highs before we move down? Again, at this point, I would be more willing to be greedy with the longs, look for lackluster retracements, higher lows, and continuations up. But again, we'll assess the situation when we get there. As soon as things look bearish, we will be the first people to let you know. And by people, I guess I mean me. I'll be the first one to let you know. But if we break above there, guys, we are going to be looking up towards about, right? This is kind of the next major stop for Bitcoin. Could we just melt through this level? Sure, maybe. I don't know. But this is the next level I'm looking at, and it is coming in between about 79.3. Actually, let me make sure. Let me just make sure this fib is pulled correctly. Bada boom. Bada bing. Okay, just making sure. So if we, so this is going to be kind of the next level. Now on the weekly, it's coming in at about $81,500. Now if I come over to the daily, we kind of get the. There we go, right? So $81,500, break above this spider line. And again, as time goes on, right, this spider line is going to trend up. So if we kind of wiggle around here, right, like, and we come up here, right, now it's at 78K, right? So just understand that changes. And shout out to Rob the Crypto Snobber, Tyler Durden, Darren Does Things, anybody who has if anyone has the link to my spider line tutorial, if you guys want to get these spider lines on your chart, I have a tutorial on the channel. You guys can check it out. Shout out to our boy Crypto Face. I think he invented these. I'm pretty sure. That's where I found them from. And I'm pretty sure he made them up. But let's see. They're basically trend lines, right? Based off previous price action. But, if we get above that spider line, guys, again, depending on when we get up there, right now it's kind of sitting at around 75.1, 75.2. We get above there, I'm going to be looking at that 81,000, technically 81,620. Once we start flipping that level, if we are able to flip that level, we could wind up on our way coming up here to about $90,000, $91,000 to be exact. Now, these might sound familiar to you guys because throughout this 7 months of consolidation, it's the same exact targets, right? Like, we've just been having them up here. They just haven't gotten hit yet. But I will just remind you guys, those are going to be the next major moves to the upside. Now, I'm not necessarily calling for this tomorrow, right? But, if we, whether we wind up bing-bonging around, God only hope, I hope that we don't wind up coming back down to the bottom of this range, guys. If we go back down to the bottom of this range, I am going to take a vacation. I'm going to go out with Mrs. Candle somewhere for like a week, and we're going to relax and get off the charts because this would be absolute brutality. I'm just kidding, guys. I ain't taking no vacation. We're going to short that thing if that happens, and we're going to make money along the way. But those are the next major targets to the upside. Now, if I take on the non-logarithmic spider lines, you guys can see $76,000. We do have a non-log level as well. I really do pay more attention to the logarithmic levels. So, yeah, 75. I mean, it's pretty dang close. 75 to 76K. But for the most part, these are the major targets. Play around with this spider line, flip it. Going to be looking up towards 81K, flip that, 91K. And again, this is probably going to take some time to do. But if we really start ripping off here, guys, I mean, we got the elections, we got October, we got Q4. Typically, that's what we see. Just going, in hindsight here, October, boom, right? Let's find another October here. Just, boom, right? We get the halving, turn on logarithmic again, right? Halving comes in, we go sideways, October, boom, right? Are we about to see that happen? Well, I don't know, but if we do, right now it's not looking too bad, and if we start breaking these all-time highs, guys, and not even that, guys, timing-wise, 4-year cycle-wise, we are right on time. Like, if this plays out, this close to the 4-year cycle. Now, again, I'm not just expecting the 4-year cycle to play out identically to how it's done in the past, but it does rhyme, guys. It really does rhyme. What did we look at here? Let me actually pull up the let me pull up my face cam because I don't want to leak any personal stuff here. I'm actually going to pull up a saved let's see. Pull up the cycle chart. Where is it? Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. So, if we pull up the cycle chart, guys, we were looking at this measurement, right? And now, I don't think it was perfect, right? The 161 days, right? If we just go ahead and grab this, 161 days from the halving to the October, explosion. 161 days, it's already there, right? Dang near. I mean, guys, if we rip, that was spot on. Literally on it's 168 days, I guess, technically. But right here, if that is the start of the uptrend, that would have wound up being like it rhymes just like the 4-year cycles typically do. So it would just be right on time. It doesn't guarantee that it's going to happen, but it is not looking too shabby. And actually here you can kind of see that clean weekly trend line, has been broken, right? Like there's a reason why this actually looks good. This was our major trend line. We came up, we rejected, we came up, we rejected, we came up, we rejected. And now we've gotten up here, broken out and retested and gotten the push up. This looks good. This weekly close was very, very nice. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, we might be ready to go here, guys. But again, not just going to blindly call for that. We have to keep an eye on all signals. But yeah, those are the next targets to the upside that I will be looking at if we get the bigger break up. And then don't forget locally, be careful. If we do wind up getting some kind of cool off, I'm hoping that we could potentially get some kind of consolidation here so I can get a little bit of a bearing here so I can get into either a short or a nice little fresh long position back up to higher prices. But don't be, we got a big move up here. I wouldn't be shocked if we get a little bit of a pullback. But I don't know, guys. Things are not looking too shabby right now. Things are not looking too bad. Should we go super bull mode? And again, I'm not saying, 81 to 91K is going to come today or tomorrow. But again, it is about that time of the year. It's the most wonderful time. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. I've been singing a lot of Christmas songs lately around the house, and she always makes fun of me. Anyway, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. More likely we see Bitcoin in the 40s or over 100K at the year end. Shout out to John B. That is a rough question. I mean, as of right now, there is no reason for me. I mean, we are so far away from 40K, right? When we came down here and we were kind of putting in potential lower highs, I'll kind of explain that a little bit, right? Because we do have very important resistance down at 40K, right? And again, we're very far away from that right now. But when we came down here and we came down to about 49K and then we came up and we put in this lower high, that was our risk, in my opinion, of potentially coming down to the 40s and the low 40s or 47,500, which is where we had our next kind of key level of support, right? If I pull up these bigger naked points of controls, bada boom, and unhide the TA here, right? We have the weekly naked point of control, 47,500, right? But that was after we got this and this lower high, right? The fact that we kind of held here and then broke this high right here, that is what put us in a uptrend, right? So once that happened and we were back above this value area low, there was really no reason to be looking down towards the $47,500 level. But I mean, listen, I'm going to be looking up and just watching price action in here. And even if I were to look for shorts, I wouldn't be looking for it to go down to 40K, at least as of right now. But if we were to go down there, I mean, I don't know. I would think with the elections, just a random, and this is very speculative, like with the elections and Q4 and all that stuff, I would probably expect up before we go down to 40K if we are going to go down there. But right now, it's not really on my radar. I am an if this, then that trader. So if we get a pullback here, looking for the move back down below the POC, get a move into the value area low. If we started losing that level, that's where we can look down to the lower prices. But right now, I am not really paying that much attention to 40K right now, right? We got the more tangible levels up here above. Yo, shout out to Jason Casper. What is going on, bro? Oh my God. Oh God. Hang on one second, guys. Oh boy. I don't have paper towels in here. Bear with me one second, guys. BRB. I'll play some music for you guys. Oh God.
Oh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a fool fight. You been working
Doing the
out,
stanky leg.
load it up in tonight. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her. And she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone be blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might be coming at it. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on one, yeah. Now I'm not done yet, total way right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out. This is not no way, go and grab that friend. Then you know what's next, stay. You been rocking with an all-star, baby, and I know you.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, my God. Oh! Bitcoin pumps. And everything hits the fan, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Continuing on here. Shout out to Jason Casper. Hang on. Let me pull that back up. He said, I went live to celebrate the all-time high. I was very disappointed and embarrassed when we got a 1.5% tips. Also, Merry Christmas. Hey, shout out to Jason, bro. Thank you for being here, man. Merry Christmas to you as well. And yeah, I know, dude. It's like it pops up and then we get the pullback. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Shout out to Jason Casper. Thank you so much for being here, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Merry Christmas to you, bro. Hopefully Santa brings us these fat rips above all-time highs, and we can start firing up to that $81,000 to $91,000 level. But as I always say, guys, I am not being just overly bullish, right? It's not just because we're pumping, we're going to, oh my God, we're going 81K, right? We have to make sure that it's an actual likely situation, right? And as of right now, like I said, just letting things kind of bing bong around here. So we'll see what happens at these levels. I'm kind of flustered now. I don't even know what I was saying. Aztec King Cactus Moss Water goes down. Unbelievable. Let's see. Happy holidays, best time of the year. Hey guys, this is like crypto Christmas right now. And it is actually Halloween in 2 days. Guys, I mean October, if this thing goes, October's magic. It's like we just crept all the way to the end of October and then we ripped. I guess we have kind of been ripping, since the 10th here. I mean, I guess since the 10th we've kind of been ripping. But yeah. Let's see. Yo, shout out to VW John said 125X. Here we go. Oh, man, should we just rip 125X long? I think that would probably get wrecked. At least as of right now, short term, 125X. We'd probably sneeze to the downside and get wrecked on that one. Let's see. Today just saved the month. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even on the higher time frames, guys, like we are, let's just like hide this TA real quick. Bada boom. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. This is monthly green dot looking to print as well. Oh, baby, it might be a nice Christmas. It might be a nice Christmas. My cycles are starting to blend together. Like, I'm trying to remember. I mean, I guess we could look at the chart. But, yeah, I mean, it's basically the same thing. Yeah, like, I in 2021, it was, yeah, I remember that Christmas was just, like, insane. I remember sitting in my family's house just, like, opening gifts thinking, like, oh, my God, this is awesome. Everyone's getting presents. And I'm just checking my phone. I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy. They don't even know. This is nuts. But, yeah, that is let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Tony D says, Druko, for real, I didn't know Frankie Candles hated me so much. Oh, shout out to Tony D. Did Tony D do something? Oh, shout out to Tony D. Thank you for the super chat. Sorry, guys. I got completely screwed by spilling that Aztec King Cactus moss water. And also, now my desk is sticky, which is quite a OCD problem of mine. That's like freaking me out right now. Anyway, Tony D said, so you're just going to sleep on my amazing super chat from earlier? Okay, I see how it is, Mr. Candles. Shout out to Tony D. Sorry, bro. I'm excited. Price is pumping. Jason's in the chat. We got a good stream here today. But let's see. He said, if you want Bitcoin to to drum up. Shout out to Tony D. If you want Bitcoin to drum up some new all-time highs, smash that like button. Get it? Shout out to Tony D. That was a good one, bro. I got the laugh, bro. I think that's funny. I'm a big dad joke guy. I think, yeah, if you want Bitcoin to drum, and I don't even, a lot of people in here probably weren't even there for that original joke. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and see. Clean it up. Shout out to PSV. Yeah, my arms are sticking to the desk right now. Let's see. It's like the meme where everyone is dancing at a party and one guy is on his phone like they don't know BTC hit an all-time high after the bull tip confirmed. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I love the sweater. Thank you so much. I'm genuinely grateful. Oh my God, we got a bullish divergence on the daily money flow coming up on the 90-minute. Oh my God. Shout out to the Mafia. It is pretty wild. When price starts pumping and Jason's in the chat, better load up the longs and keep the leverage fat, baby. Fat up that leverage, baby. What is the high? Okay, there is a trying to think. What is the? Let me know in the chat, guys, and be honest. What is the highest amount of leverage you've ever used? Don't lie. Don't lie. Let me know in the chat right now. What is the highest amount of leverage you used? I hope those numbers stay low. Be responsible out there, people. Let's see. But let's continue on here, guys. If we are going to, that's what we're looking at, right? We continue up. Those are the next targets. Lower time frames, that's what I'm looking at. 20x, I like it. 100x, nice. 25, 50, 120. Oh God, that was going way too fast. 125. 50, I think. Okay, let's go. Shout out to Hamza. 125. 300x. Shout out to Ismail. Shout out to you, bro. 200x out there wilding on the 200x leverage. That is ridiculous. 200x. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. 200x. Oh God, we got. Let's go. 150x, boy. Shout out to Rad Capital. New trader only spot. Shout out to Free Will. Good job, bro. Good job out there. That is good. That's what I like to hear. By mistake or consciously? Shout out to Sarah. Either, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that is, let's see. What can we do here on, what does Blowfin offer? What is this? Okay, it's frozen. I'll let that load up. But anyway, I think it's 120, I think is the max on Blowfin, potentially. Let's see here. No, that's, what am I doing here? 120? Oh, 150. All right, 150 on Blowfin. Shout out to Blowfin. Yeah, some exchanges offer a crazy amount of leverage, like an unrealistic amount of leverage. I don't know how they do it. I guess it's like, at some point, you're using like 1500x leverage. I guess it's like impossible to actually win the trade. It's like price moves like at all. You just get liquidated. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Doge is kind of ripping. Hey, we looked at Doge last night. All right, so we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin here, guys. If you're just tuning in, scrub to the beginning of the stream to get my full thoughts on Bitcoin. Shout out to No B Dude. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Didn't type anything. Dang, that's a bummer. I wish I could refund that. I wish I could, like, send it back to you, bro. That was probably a mistake. But shout out to you. I appreciate the super chat. Try to let us know what you were saying in chat. But yeah, 1,000,000x. Oh, boy. BTC on the move. Yeah, she's getting a little pop back up. But scrub to the beginning of the stream if you guys want to know my overall thoughts. We look at the all-time. We look at the barriers in the way of us getting a new all-time high, and then those next potential all-time highs that could come in if we break out. We also talk about a pullback, key support underneath, and kind of the overall chart. So check that out. But real quick, guys, I want to jump on over to some of these altcoins. I want to take a look at Dogecoin here. As we were looking at Dogecoin last night, looking at some really specific stuff, and it actually was. Let me see if I can. What chart was it on? I believe it was on this one. There we go. Okay, so what were we looking at yesterday, guys? On Dogecoin, I believe it was, what's today? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Looking on Dogecoin for a potential value area low at 16 cents being your key level of support that you want to flip into support to get the bigger move up. And, this is kind of where, yesterday we were looking at the altcoins getting the, let me get this kind of secondary box out of here. What is that? Little accumulation zone. Break out of this range. You're looking to come back into this previous area of balance. Price breaks above the value area high. I want to go. And then you get rejected. But this is, do not mistake this. This is your doorway to higher prices. We looked at it yesterday, and what is happening right now? We are getting above it, trying to hold it as support, and we are getting the move up. Now, I don't know if this necessarily means you're going to insta-teleport up to 26 cents, but once you break above this level, I'd like to see high time frame candle closures. I like to see 4-hour daily candles start closing up in here, right? Actually flip this to support on a higher time frame, and then that's where we can potentially look up towards that POC and then up towards that value area high. Now, again, this is not to happen instantly, right? We might even continue to, this is going to be key resistance until proven otherwise, right? So, we have to flip this to support on a higher time frame. Maybe we just reject out of here like we have back in the past. But now, in my opinion, right, like if we're going to see everything kind of go, it could be the better time than any to be looking for that value area low to continue being support and continue up through these levels. Very simply put, clear roadmap to where price is likely to go next. 26 cents is going to be your next big level of resistance. As long as you hold, and then value area low, 16.5 cents. 16 cents is really what I would look at. Going to be your key level of support, right? Other than that, I mean, monthly green dot, not looking too shabby. Not looking too shabby here. Let's see, 3-day money flow back in the green, not looking too bad. 4-day money flow, kind of weird. 5-day, VWAPs are kind of coming down here. So, again, I'm not calling for an instant move, but, yeah, this is, 8-hour red dot looking to print. So maybe we get a little shenanigans up here. But, yeah, that is very, very clear. We looked at this yesterday. We are now flipping that level. Let's see if we can hold it. If we can, that is your doorway and ticket to higher prices. Now, if we actually, shout out to, Noob Dude. Shout out to Noob Dude. Thank you for the super chat. He said, I meant to say bing bong. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. Sent another super chat. What a goat. Let's see. How did I get that VWAP line? Shout out to Out of the Bins. Which VWAP line are you talking about? Are you talking about the value area low? Let me know. I don't know why I said that like I had an accent. Let me know. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, that is what I'd be looking at on Dogecoin here. Actually, if I go ahead and let me go ahead and hide some of this stuff. I'm going to throw it in a folder. Go ahead and hide it. Let's see. So, you could also potentially, and this is kind of similar to a lot of the other coins that we've been looking at, right? You have your 2024 top. Now, Dogecoin's different, right? Because you have a 2021 top. So, like, this is a huge, huge level of value, right, that we can go seek out. However, this is what a lot of the newer coins are set up like, where you have your 2024 value area, and they're kind of just bing-bonging around here. And look what's going on here, right? This is what we've been looking at on this live stream for quite some time. Look at your value area, grab your box, bada boom, bada bing, right? You have your little lower consolidation area. I would probably, it's kind of hard to pull this one, right? But you have your lower consolidation, value area above, price breaks out of here. You're looking to get into this value area and then go to the high, right? Stopping at the POC. Very, very similar situation as a lot of these other altcoins, right? Something like Ondo, right? Ondo has the 2024 highs before the big dump, and here's your little area of consolidation. Here, let me actually pull this up on, what chart was that? That was, pull this up on the Ondo, where's she at? There we go, right? Very similar, right? Now, again, Dogecoin has the 2021 highs up above this, but let's go back to Dogecoin. Where is it? Got too many charts open here, guys. What is going on? Bada boom. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we are, right? Very similar to what we just looked at. 2024 highs. Consolidation range below. Price breaks out of here. You look to go fill this range. This is very similar to the setup that you have right here. Are we seeing it? Drop a sauce can in the chat if you're seeing what I'm seeing here, guys. This looks similar, except back when Dogecoin was back here, right? That's what that looks like to me. Break out of here. You're going to very likely seek out previous balance. Get above the value area low, flip it to support, look to fill the range. And again, Ondo doesn't really have the 2021 high to look above that, but that means you're that much closer to price discovery, right? Dogecoin still has a few different stops because you have the 2021 highs. You get into here, and then you break out of there, and that's where you can look at the higher time frame stuff, right? It's all about context. But again, Ondo looking pretty in the same situation here. Now, if we come on over to the higher time frames, we don't have as much information on Ondo. No monthly momentum waves, weekly red dot printing, which is interesting. Like I said, I'm not saying this stuff is going to rip definitely going to be today or tomorrow or the next day. In my opinion, we talked about this on Ondo. We talked about it on TIA. Very similar situation. If you can't tell, this is accumulation for me for a lot of these coins, right? Accumulate in here in hopes of the breakout into your previous value area. Same thing. 2024 high on Ondo, 2024 high on TIA. Accumulation, breakout, look to enter the upper value area, right? Same exact thing that we see on Dogecoin here, right? Similar, Similar. Drop a sauce can in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down, guys. And again, I don't want it to be. I don't want to like make everyone like think that they have to FOMO into altcoins right now. I'm not just like panic buying this stuff because we got a pump today. But I'm just saying these are the setups we're seeing on the chart. Dogecoin was part of that, and now we're seeing it come up into the range. All right, let's see. VVS. We can take a look at VVS. But real quick, let's go ahead and check out Ron for our boy DRM Bros. That's DRM. That's not what I want. I want RON. Let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's check out Ronan here. Well. We haven't looked at this in quite some time, guys. I'll be quite honest with you. But Aerodrome, we can take a look at Aero. I'm into that. I'm an Aero guy. I'll do it. I'm not scared. Smash that like button, guys. 850 likes. We will be giving away, as of right now, some Solana. We will be giving away some Solana if we get 850 likes. We'll take a look at Solana as well. But yeah, let's see. Let's check it out. Okay, so let me just check something here. Bada boom. Okay, we're good. So if we are, I mean, very similar, right? Kind of the same old situation that we've been looking at here, right? This is the 2024 highs, and Ronin is just kind of ping-ponging around here, like pretty much the same thing, right? Just kind of in your accumulation area. Again, this doesn't guarantee that we're not going to come back down a little more. But in my opinion, right, if I had conviction in this project, it's that same thing from a technical level, right? Like it doesn't really matter to me. Assuming that this isn't going to be a scam and it actually does have like a reason to be. I'll be honest, guys, like a lot of stuff in crypto doesn't even need a reason to exist, right? Like most of it's just based off hype. Most of the stuff that pumps the hardest doesn't even make it into the next cycle. Because, once everything starts flying, it's kind of just like, close your eyes and grab whatever you want. You're going to the moon with it, right? Now, don't invest like that, obviously. Not financial advice. But let's be honest, right? Rising tides raises all ships. So whether you're in a meme coin, right? The meme coins are obviously going to pump super hard. Right? That's super risky. Most of them go to zero. Most of them are scams, right? But doesn't mean that they can't pump super hard. But it's the same thing with altcoins, right? Like, when the bull run is here, like really, really here, things are going to fly. Like take your pick. Take whatever you want and go up with it, right? That doesn't mean everything's going to pump. It doesn't mean everything's going to come back from last cycle. But if this is a good project and you think you have conviction in why it's going to continue up in this cycle, you don't think it's going to go to zero, I would be buying this if I were convicted in it, right? And it's just based off the chart. You have value down here, auction market theory. I talk about this all the time, guys. Price is either in balance or in imbalance, right? And when it isn't in imbalance, it can do one of three things. It could continue to imbalance, right, or continue to rip or dump, right? Or it could create new balance. But more often than not, what it will do is seek previous balance. And that is how we're able to predict things like we do on the channel, right? Or at least part of the reason why. So, once you wind up getting imbalance out of this range and you start getting an impulse, you're probably going to seek out previous areas of balance. And right now, this is the next major area of balance. So if you're going to get a big rip, this is likely going to be the big place that you're attracted to. Now, can you get caught up on this little tiny area of balance, this little tiny area of balance, this little tiny area of balance? Absolutely, right? Those are just local levels, though. But the big major range here, big accumulation, imbalance, I would be looking up here, right? So looking very similar. Taking a look at the weekly, red dot is confirmed, just, no monthly. See, yeah, like a lot of these, some of these charts don't have a super ton of information on the higher time frames. Let's see, daily green dot. 90-minute money flow crawls over into the green. So, locally, you could potentially be on your move to this local value area, in my opinion, which would bring you up to, right, pretty much the same analysis, just kind of on a different time frame here. Yeah, I mean, you have your macro golden pocket here from this entire move down. Let me see what this looks like. Yeah, I mean, if you continue up here locally, this is some more tangible levels if you're not looking for super long-term stuff. I mean, right here, I'm going to turn this red. Bada boom. $1.66 to $1.65. Golden pocket. Sitting at about $1.61. Right? So if you continue up here, like just remember this is an overall bigger range, but locally, you kind of have a similar setup here. If you keep pushing up here, and you trend up, you break that golden pocket, you're going to be seeking out this local area of balance. So 90-minute money flow crossover, that daily green dot doesn't look too shabby. But yeah, like in the grand scheme of things, I'd be looking at these bigger levels. So shout out to DRM Brothers. Hopefully that helps you out, bro. Let's see. Security. Shout out to TRD Farmer. Shout out to you, bro. Who are we calling security on? Shout out to TRD. Get the alligators, baby. If you know what a alligator is, you're a real one. Shout out to the alligators. Let's see. Mr. 420 said, Frankie, he's the godfather. Bless my long position, please. Shout out to Mr. 420. In the name of all candelabras, we bless Mr. 420's long position with many, many gains. Here we go. Bing bong. That all went off camera, but we threw it for you, bro. Shout out to Mr. 420. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Rag Capital, said, just got stopped out in profit. Hate to see it. Shout out to Rag Capital. Well, hey, you're not alone, Rag. I got stopped out in profit, and then I got stopped out in profit right here. I'm not saying I'm complaining about making the money that I made, but right before the big rip. I got stopped out by like $3, too. Like, just barely got me. Just barely got me. Anyway, let's continue on here. Let's see. Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin just still kind of wiggling its way to the upside here. But we'll keep an eye on this as the price action develops and the stream continues on. Smash that like button, guys. Drop the like, smash the like button. Spam the candles in the chat, guys. If we up the engagement here, we might be able to get grow this Candle Mafia. It's the easiest and most free way you can help out the Candle Mafia, guys. Is just to spam that any emoji. Spam the candles. Spam the goats. Spam the purple candles. Spam the golden emoji if you have a membership. Spam the crystal balls. Whatever you want to spam in there. Let's run up that chat and smash that like button. We're going to be giving away Solana if we hit 850. And the more people we get in here with the engagement, the quicker we can hit that like goal and give away some money. That's what I like to do. Shout out to Asher, dude. Let's go, baby. But let's go ahead and jump on in here. We took a look. I want to take a look at Solana real quick. We'll take a look at Aerodrome. But yeah, running into Solana here, guys. I mean, here we are. Yeah, there's the emojis, baby. Pump it, baby. Shout out to Kuzi Can Bump It, or Kuzi Can, as I like to call him. Yeah, the emoji's going nuts right now. Let's go. Shout out to Batso. I think I saw that right. Let's see. I hope I win this time. Shout out to BSV. VVS, yeah, shout out to Elite Ways. We can check out VVS as well. Let's see. We got Goats and Sheeps in the chat. I like it. Sauce cans. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and see here. There's Aztec King Cactus Moss Water everywhere, guys. We're just celebrating the pump. But anyway, let's see here. So we got the higher highs on our price action. We got the lower highs on the momentum waves, at least on the 12-hour here. And I will say, guys, once again, never to brag, because we're wrong too, right? Like that's why I don't like bragging, right? Because like I don't want people to think we're gonna be right 100% of the time, even if we're right way more than we're wrong. But again, I just show this to show you guys how the TA plays out. I talked about this on Friday's live stream as well. We got the 4-hour bear div as we broke above this value area high. This is the overvalued asset. This is not where you want to long, right? It doesn't mean you can't continue up. It just means it's not where you want to long. As a matter of fact, when you have those bear divs, this is what we looked at on Friday. Higher highs on our price action, lower highs on the momentum waves, looking for that drop to the downside into that value area high. 162, which is it was a little bit lower of a value area high, but even so, $162 was the key level of support. What happened? We got that drop right into the key level of support. Why is this key? Well, number one, if we break out and continue up, you might want to retest the scene of the crime, right? You might want to break out and then retest before going higher. But it's even more important because if we get stuck underneath here, if you did take a short from the top here, not that you should ever trade based off anything we say on this live stream, but if you were seeing what we were seeing and you thought it might come down and you look to take a position, you might want to take profit here in case it acts as support, but you also want to keep an eye on it because if you get stuck underneath this value area high, you know the next likely place for price to go is to get accepted back into the range, go down to the POC, and then eventually the value area low. But in this case, it wound up indeed being key support, and we are getting the bounce. And now we are just putting more higher highs in. So right now, for a cool-off on Solana, I'd be watching, the 12-hour bearish divergence. Higher highs on price action, lower highs on the momentum waves, right? Bada boom, bada bing. So, maybe we get something similar. But again, I'm not necessarily looking for zero, right? But it would just be some kind of a pullback. And it's not printing just yet. It's just forming. We need that red dot to print. We need that momentum wave to clip over. And then we get that bear div. Daily. Let's check out the daily, right? Daily's kind of nothing really to take away from here, right? Like VWAP just kind of flat. Money flow coming up. Not looking too bad. Let's check the higher time frames. Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, if things were like, let's say Bitcoin winds up going off into new all-time highs. Let's say that does happen, right? That kind of means that this money flow, like if Solana's just going to like pretty much follow and a lot of the alts are going to follow in some way, that just means that this weekly money flow is about to be like the most massive green money flow wave we've ever seen ever, which isn't impossible. I mean, your bear market red money flow wound up lasting 392 days. We've been in the green on the weekly for about 343 days. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. But again, like ranges remain the same, right? Value area remains exactly the same here between 163, 162, POC at 144, value area low at 124.92. So yeah, I mean, technically, let's see something here. Let me pull up the weekly real quick, and let me. Yeah, I mean, depending. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge trend line guy, but yeah, I mean, you're at kind of like resistance. You're starting to peak out here, but I would watch it. You know, if you're looking for a pullback, I would wait to see if you get that 12-hour bear div. 8-hour bearish divergence also probably going to print before that even happens. So that's another thing to watch. But money flow doesn't look too bad, so I would be favoring longs here, even if you get the pullback right now. I would be favoring higher lows and continuations up. Let's see. 152 likes to the goal. Let's go. Shout out to VW John, guys. 3, 2, 1. Smash that like button right now. Spam that thing up. I don't know where we're at. I can't see it. You guys are going to have to let me know. We'll see if we can glitch that like button up to 850 so we can give away some dang Solana. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, shout out to Boom Select, said BTC, please. We just went over BTC for a while. If you scrub to the beginning of the stream, Boom Select, you will see our full thoughts. But yeah, Bitcoin just kind of meandering back up here. Hoping to see if we can get a little consolidation here. All right, let's go ahead and jump into Arrow real quick, guys. Let's go ahead and check it out. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's check it out on Coinbase here. Let's take a look. All right, get rid of some of these old fibs. Bada boom, bada bing. Oh, dang. What was this? Oh, no, that's old. Okay. All right, well, I mean, these levels do remain. A shout out to Melissa. What is going on? Welcome in. Hey, yo, shout out to Aluminia. Says, if I'm being honest, I like Bitcoin. Me too. Bitcoin's one of my best friends. Let's see here. No, we didn't do Chainlink yet. We can take a look at Chainlink as well. And we will take take a look at VVS. Don't worry. Elite Way's easy. I did not forget about you. Don't worry. We got you. All right, so let's take a look here. So on Arrow is, so Arrow is kind of in a similar situation to what we were talking about with everything else, except everything else was kind of consolidating down here. This is kind of already broken out of that zone and is already tested. You know, back here this month, we've tested this value area low. So I'll be honest, like I would be paying attention to these two macro value areas. Value area 1. This one has been, let me see if I can fix this slightly. Bada boom. Whoops. Come on. There we go. All right. Didn't really move it much, but let's tighten that up just a little bit. Bada boom. Okay, so this value area down here is going to be key, right? This value area low keeps getting front run, so I'm not a huge fan of it, but you know, these other levels are pretty respected. So, you know, this range down below, you lose the value area high, back down to the POC, lose the POC, kind of front run the value area low. And that is probably because of this structural support here. But either way, money flow is starting to come up on the 4-hour. Let's check the 3-hour. 3-hour money flow about to cross over into the green. 16, let's see, daily, 3-day, 2-day green dots printing. That doesn't look too bad. This actually looks like you could potentially crack back in here and take the high, right? Because if you're going to get a bear div here, we could anticipate that higher high to come in on price. So, yeah, I mean, just very simply put, you know, if you get that 4-hour money flow crossover, maybe you still have some debauchery here, kind of just bing-bonging, right? Maybe you come back down into the range. But to be quite honest, hold this value area high at $1.21. Your key zone of resistance to get above is sitting between 144 and 136. Flip that POC at 144. You're looking up towards that value area high. That's what I'd look at on Aerodrome. Daily, daily's kind of hard to take anything away from. The 2-day green dot doesn't look too bad. 3-day VWAP coming up. I think you could probably cool off short term before maybe getting another move back to the upside. And then this is your zone to get above for higher prices. But yeah, lower time frames, your 10-hour red dot looking to print, 8-hour red dot about to print. Check your low time frame money flow. So yeah, 8-hour red dot printing with your money flow crossover into the red on the 30-minute may be your key to get a bigger drop to the downside. So there you go. That's what I would look for. Let's see. Okay, let's take a look at VVS for Eliteway ZZ. Shout out to you, brother. Let's check it out. So yeah, VVS Finance, I assume this is what it is. Oh, God, this is going to be hard to look at. Is this it? Let me know. Eliteways, let me know. Is it VVS Finance? I assume it is. Kind of hard to do TA on this. It looks pretty low liquidity, unless it's just the chart. Let me see here. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Steve Smith. Said, bro, my ICP is dead. Somebody get the paddles. Shout out to Steve Smith. Top G said, can we check out Whiff? Yeah, we could check out Dot Whiff. Let me see here. Let's add some to the list. Dot Whiff. We'll try to take a look at as many as we can. As many as we have time for. Has anyone asked for XRP? Shout out Crypto Tammy. Shout out to Crypto Tammy. Has anyone asked about XRP? We'll just do quick XRP analysis really quickly here, guys. XRP, still doing the same thing. Still doing the same. Hey, hang on. XRP still doing. Hang on. Where's my XRP chart, guys? I don't know. XRP still doing the same thing here. Oh, here we go. This is the bigger. Yeah, so XRP just still kind of wiggling around here. Lower time frame range, we sitting right here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. And we're just still kind of hanging out around the POC. We can stay above this POC. We might be able to get a move back up to the value area high. We will have to see. We will have to see what happens. But yeah, just kind of still wiggling sideways. Lower lows on it. Yeah, we don't have. We have the bull div on the 4-hour. I think was yesterday what we were kind of looking at. Yeah, like slight bull div. Money flow crossover into the green on the 4-hour. So hold above this POC. Might be able to get a run up to on XRP. Into this value area low, flip the value area low, look to come into this local volume profile, potentially bringing you back up to the dreaded 62 cent range, which is going to be your massive, massive doorway to higher prices. So there you go, Crypto Tommy. Just a small little look at XRP real quick. Let's see. Shout out to Wolverine. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, the bull is among us. Shout out to you. He says, please take a look at Jupe. I will try to take a look at Jupe as well. We got a bunch on the list, bro. But we will try to we'll try to take a look at Jupiter for sure. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. All right, let's go back. Bada boom. VVS, and a shout out to Elite Ways. I believe this is what you wanted to see. Dang, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to find this chat, am I? Shout out to Elite Ways. Give Elite Ways a free pass of spamming. Elite Ways, spam if this is what you wanted to look at, and I will come back to it. And I will be honest, if it is what you want to look at, it's going to be kind of hard to read with this all these scam wicks here. Not calling this a scam, just saying like the scam wicks. But yeah, we will come back to this. I will keep an eye here for Elite Ways to answer. But we can take a quick look at Jupe right now, and then we'll jump on into Whiff. Bada boom. Okay, so Jupe, let's go ahead and get rid of some of these old levels. Daily naked point of control held up. Yes, sir. Okay, shout out to Elite Ways. Thank you for answering, bro. But yeah, daily naked point of control holding up beautifully here. Didn't want to lose this level. And I'll be honest, like you're kind of starting to test the doorway to higher prices, right? You're 20, 24 tops before the big drop down. Consolidation. You're knocking on the door here. You're knocking on the door. Resistance until proven otherwise. Are we going to get knocked back down? I don't know. But, yeah, you're knocking on the door. You get back above this key level here, $1.09. That's your doorway to potentially get that push up to $1.33. So there you go. That's what I would be looking at. Now, taking a look at Market Cipher. Let's take a look. 4-day, I can't really read it. 3-day money flow crossing into the green. 2-day money flow in the green. Daily green dot confirmed. Kind of similar to everything else, though, right? Like, you have your 8-hour looking for not necessarily a bearish divergence, not really, more of just like a red dot on the daily with your 30 minutes kind of bing bong around. Yeah, I mean, I think you still might have some like messing around to do, but just like on Dogecoin, regardless of the kind of bing bongery that happens down here, once you get above this level, like this is indeed your key level to get above, $1.09, right? Like when you get above here, this is where price wants to go, right? You get above, flip it to support, up to the POC, right? And then you lose it, big drop down. Push up, key resistance, right? Until proven otherwise. Key resistance until proven otherwise. Key resistance until proven otherwise. But you can see, like, every time you slip through here, it's like, it wants to go. So get up here, start flipping this to support. I would be looking up for another move towards that POC, very similar to what happened here. Just look for that flip up to the POC. So, yeah, that daily naked point of control is tapped. But, yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at. And to be quite honest with you, maybe we can actually let me go ahead and... Yeah, I'm going to keep that range. That's what I'd be looking at for Jupe. So there you go. You also have this massive, massive range underneath you, right? So you break back down. This is your guide to this is kind of your guide to lower prices, right? So if you come back down, make that neutral, right? You bing bong up, come back down, lose the value area high. This is your doorway or guide or blueprint to the lower prices. And then if you break back up, that's your guide to higher prices. So that's kind of what I'd be looking at on Jupe. Hopefully that helps you out, brother. Thank you for the super chat. Can you take a look at COQ? Shout out to Massey. Yeah, maybe we could take a look at COQ. I still hold my COQ. I'll be honest with you. I don't even check on it. Hopefully it's up. Recently it's been suffering from dysfunction, but we'll see if it's maybe we'll check the chart, see if it has a heartbeat. Let's see. Shout out to Massey. All right, let's take a quick look at DOT, and then we'll jump into WIF real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. Where are we? Where's Dot? Where we at, guys? I'm tweaking, guys. Bitcoin's pumping. We're tweaking. Am I blind? I'm pretty sure. There it is. Okay, let's take a look here. Just still, Dot is still just hanging on for dear life. I mean, its fingers are quivering, holding on to the cliff. Man, this thing will not wake up. But I'll be honest, right? Weekly red dot is printing, so I'm not really expecting anything too crazy out of dot just yet with that weekly red dot. Honestly, if dot just kind of stays here and doesn't dump, I would be happy with that on a weekly red dot. And then hopefully we can just rip up and get that green dot and then get back into your value area. Very simply put, I'm just going to give you the local key levels for DOT. In case anybody hasn't been watching the live streams, make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our urgent market updates as price moves, any of our urgent live streams, or these live streams. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But if you have not been subscribed to the channel, if you're new here, welcome to the Frank Candles YouTube channel and the CandleMafia, the best crypto community out there, the best community in general out there. But let's see here. Yeah, I mean, just wiggling down below the value area low. If this is the key level, 481. Get above here, hold this as support. That is the range you have to get back inside to potentially look for moves back up to the POC, back up to the value area high. And then if you could get the breakout there, that's where you can target your next value area, right? Which is sitting all the way up here with your value area low, which is the big doorway to higher prices, which would be sitting at POC sitting at 1723, and then your value area. Whoops. And then your value area high sitting at 3451. So there you go. But yeah, this is kind of what I would like to see on dot. Weekly red dot. I wouldn't be getting my hopes up as of right this second. Daily green dot printing. Let's see if money flow is any kind of agreeing with that in any way, shape, or form. 90-minute. Yeah, I mean, this thing just won't go. I mean, daily 90-minute money flow crossover into the green with your daily green dot. This could give you a move up, but it just doesn't look like it's done much right now, or so far, I should say. But yeah, I would kind of be patient with dot until we get rid of that weekly red dot, which will probably confirm this Sunday. if it's going to confirm at all, and then look to get above these levels to get a bigger move up. So you're just below your value area. This is, this would be considered discount, right, or undervalued, right? I wouldn't be looking to FOMO short here. Does it mean that dot is definitely not going to dump? No. But I would be looking at this as discounted to be buying it back up into the range, right? Overvalued, undervalued. Right? When you're below, you look to go back into the range, flip it to support, come back up to the POC, go up to the value area high. Deviate above, overvalued, back to the POC, get stuck under the POC, back to the value area low. I'm just looking for that same thing. All right? Keeping it simple with those volume profiles. Now, checking out VVS one more time. Shout out to Elite Ways. Let's see here. So, yeah, this is a little bit hard of a chart to read, to be quite honest. But let's see here. Let's see the weekly. You actually do have some weekly information here. Money flow kind of choppy. Monthly VWAP coming up. That's not the worst sign. Green dot printing. I mean, yeah, this is hard. It's like even like pulling a fib here is like super hard because of all the scam wicks. You know, it's yeah, this is kind of rough. What I could do is pull up the VPVR real quick. Let's see. Come on. All right, it's not going to work. Yeah, this is hard. Yeah, I won't even print the VPVR. This is hard. Shout out to Eliteway ZZ, bro. I wish I could help you out more on this. But yeah, like even pulling fibs on this is extremely hard. I mean, you're losing that 786 if that's your real wick. It's going to be hard. I probably can't even pull the volume profiles if that VPVR won't print. Yeah, I can't even pull volume profiles on it. You might have found my kryptonite, Elite Ways. But I guess we could look. You are getting a 4-day bullish divergence. You're getting some bull divs here, potentially looking to print on the higher daily time frames. So like maybe that can bring you back up, but not enough for me to go off of here to make any kind of like confident call. Bull div here on the 5-day. Yeah, like your weekly VWAP starting to come up. Very hard to read. Shout out to Eliteway ZZ. I wish I could give you more sauce on this, but this is difficult to read. Can't even pull a volume profile, unfortunately. Shout out to Elite Ways. If you give me another coin, I'll try to take a look at it for you, bro. But this one is, yeah, this is hard. Let's see. Shout out to Derelict. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. We got Nirvana saying my alts are pumping, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Nirvana. View says check Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, shout out to Bert. I mean, at first glance here, this does not look like the best chart. This looks like, but to be quite honest with you, we've seen things come back to life in this case. Like ICP also looked like a scam, right? And then it started to come back to life. Actually, kind of similar to VVS. It's actually not. It's actually a pretty similar chart if we're being honest. But yeah, it doesn't look the best in my opinion. ICP is a heavy. Just taking a look at ICP here real quick. ICP is a very heavily, and I'm not saying like the tech isn't bad or anything like that, but keep in mind, I believe this is a heavily, this is like a heavily influencer pushed coin, right? A lot of influencers get paid to push this. I'm not saying it's a bad project by any means or anything like that, but I'm just saying a lot of influencers get paid to push this. So that's just something to be aware of. I'm not saying it can't pump because of that. I'm just saying that's something to be aware of. So yeah. But yeah, you are holding this value area, which is nice. I mean, I would be looking up towards 1035-ish. No, I would call it not $10. Get above $10. You can look for a little push up. But yeah, I don't want to. I want to take a look at the stuff we said we were going to look at. Let's take a look at. We took a look at Dot. We took a look at Jupe. Let's take a look at Whiff. Good old dog Whiff hat. Let's take a look here. It's going to $1 million, guys. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get rid of some of these older levels. Whoops. Keep that POC. I mean, you're here, right? Very similar to Dogecoin, right? Daily naked point of control held. I'll get rid of that. I mean, you're above this value area low. 244 is the level to hold above. You stay above this level, you're going to be looking up towards that POC. Doesn't mean you can't come back down, but as long as you come back down, test this as support. As long as you're above this value area low, you could be looking up towards the POC at 280, right? Now, you also, if you want to go ahead and hide that kind of larger range, right, which is also, yeah, I mean, like this is you got an attempt back into the range. You got rejected by the POC. We have now come back up. We got a rejection of the POC, but we're now trying to stay inside the range. So POC at 281, flip that. You can look up towards these naked points of controls between about 3. That's just the volume profile to look at. But if you want to go ahead and kind of hide this and just look at your local range, right? You also do kind of have a, let's call it a range right here, right? So these are some local levels that you can look at. If you do pull back, let's see here. Your value area low is confluent with this local value area low and also confluent with your golden pocket. I kind of front ran that. I didn't know if that was going to be the case, but we got lucky. But yeah, this could be like a local volume profile you can look at. If you do get a cool off, I would be looking at it in this context. Maybe you get a move to the value area high, but if you do get a push back down, this golden pocket 786 between 241 and 233 would be kind of where I would look for another move back up. I would be looking for longs down here if we cool off. And again, you have the confluence of that value area low. You would also get a deviation below this macro value area low, which if you can get a long down here and you are going to go up to the POC and you are going to get up there, if that happens, this would be where you want to look for longs. But yeah, for the most part, keep it simple. Stay above this value area low or even dip down below. Like, this is your key level. Even if you sweep it, you like come back up, like that's the level to hold before you look up to the POC and value area high. Speed run on whiff. There you guys go. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's take a look. Let's see. Nirvana said another ADA hater. Another ADA hater. We'll see. Let's check out Cardano real quick. We haven't taken a look at Cardano in quite some time. I do hold some Cardano. Let's see. Cardano. All right. Cardano is. Let me see. These are old levels. Let me see. Well, you hold that 786. That's not bad. But yeah, like overall, this is your volume profile. It's kind of just been there, right? Like things have just kind of been bing-bonging around. Major volume profile is sitting right here. We're above the value area low. If we can continue up, I would look for a potential move to the POC. Now, obviously, you do have resistance here, right? If you wanted to draw that as its own volume profile here, right, you would obviously have resistance here. So local volume profile for this that I would look at is 34 cents at the value area low, POC sitting at 35.25, value area high sitting at 36.07. That would be local, right? Just because you have local levels of resistance up here doesn't mean that you can't break above them and continue up through the overall volume profile, right? Same way that we predicted, right, or had an idea. I mean, this isn't even the same range. Let me pull up our Bitcoin chart here. Same way that we looked for price to go from the value area low to the POC, flip the POC and go to the high and potentially beyond. It is the same thing with the altcoins, right? So the volume profile theory remains exactly the same, right? Get above the value area low, hold it as support, go to the POC, go to the value area high, and potentially beyond. That's simply what I'd be looking at. So those are the two major ranges. Bigger range is going to be at 34 cent, actually pretty close, almost the same as the local one. 34 cent value area low, POC at 37, almost 38 cents, and then your 40 cent value area high. And that's what I'm going to be looking at. Market Cipher saying, let's see, 2-day green dot printing. Let's see, weekly green dot looking to print. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Let's see, daily money flow, trying to cross back over into the green. But yeah, I would be paying a much more attention to the levels right now, to be quite honest, right? So maybe we kind of come up a little bit more on Cardano into these local levels, cool off a little bit. But as long as we remain above this macro value area low, that's your key level to hold, to keep those doors open to higher prices. So there we go. Let's see. Shout out to Nirvana, said drop those Bruce Buffer emojis in the chat. If you guys have a membership, drop those Bruce Buffer emojis in the chat to pump these altcoins. It's time! Shout out to Bruce Buffer. I wish I could do that. That is, shout out, 38 likes to go. Are we almost at 850? That is insane. Oh my God, we're almost at 850, guys. That's good. Drop those Bruce Buffer emojis in the chat. Let's go. But yeah, let's see. Shout out to Gen Z, said Charles talks too much. Price doesn't reflect the hard work. Shout out to Gen Z. Yeah, I mean, dude, it is crazy. A lot of stuff. I mean, listen, a lot of stuff in this market, just crypto in general, is likely to it doesn't need to pump, right? Like, it doesn't need to make sense. Nothing in crypto makes sense, right? Like, dog with hat will moon, right? Like, likely. So it's like, whatever you buy is likely to moon. Not financial advice, but I mean, you guys know how it is in crypto, right? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And none of it makes sense, right? Like last cycle, people were making millions of dollars off of pictures of monkeys. Fake pictures of monkeys. Literally JPEGs of monkeys. People were making millions of dollars. It makes no sense. But it does not mean that you can't make a lot of money. That's why you want to lock in right now, guys. Now is the time to lock in on crypto. Now is the time to double down on your research. To be quite honest, now is the next best time. The best time to be here was when the OG Mafia has been here since all the way back here in 2022. The time to really lock in. I don't want to, there's so much opportunity to come in crypto. There's so much money to be made coming up here very soon. But I do just want to say, the time to be paying attention, the time to lock in was back here. I used to say it all the time, guys. Now, pat yourselves on the back. You are in the bear market, guys. Now is the time to lock in. Now is the time to focus because you will be rewarded handsomely if you are paying attention here. But the views weren't popping back here because everyone loses, everyone wants to be in this. Nobody wants to be in this, right? But the people focused here are getting rewarded handsomely. So this was the best time. This is the next best time to lock in and focus, especially we're going to go off into these massive moves to the upside. But let's see. Shout out to $5 for BTC. Said, let's go, guys. Here since last cycle. Shout out to $5 for BTC. Been here since last cycle. Let's get it, bro. Well, we're making it out on the other side. But real quick, guys. Yeah, back on Bitcoin here. We're getting we're just kind of getting a little bing bong around. Gonna try to make some sense of this. Remember, we are at the target that we were looking at yesterday on the live stream. We are simply sitting right in that zone where we thought we would if we got a break and saw those liquidations occur. But we'll see what happens. Waiting for price action to develop a little bit. See if we can get some signals to take some trades in the premium Discord. We will do it if we get the signals. If not, we'll sit on our hands for the high probability trades. If we get the pullback, I will be looking for this as key support. We get stuck underneath here. That's not going to be a great sign. But if we can kind of bing bong around, test this, maybe look for another long, back up to all-time highs. But if you guys missed the analysis on Bitcoin, scrub to the beginning of the stream because we go over it in great detail. Let's see. Sui, we could take a quick look at Sui. Let's take it. Well, not woohoo. Sui. Bada boom. Let's take a look here. All right. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's take a look at this Sui chart on the live stream template. I think this is old. Oh, no. This is what we want to look at. Okay. Well, if you guys remember to the last time that we were looking at Sui, we had a couple of golden pocket 786 retracements. I'm going to get rid of this one because we didn't come that low. But we are holding this 786, at least on the higher time frames. We did wind up holding this 786. So as we were looking at this, we had our all-time high test, got the pullback, and very similar to Bitcoin, right? Like you got the kind of big breakout here, right? You tested the all-time high, came back down, and what happened? You wound up bouncing off that value area high as key support, right? Which was that 786 golden pocket retracement, the first one. If we lost this, we would be looking down to the golden pocket down here, which we almost hit. And then if we lost that, we'd simply be looking down to come down to that golden pocket 786 right here. But this is if we hold above here, go take that all-time high. I mean, next targets to the upside for this. I mean, the levels remain exactly the same. This value area high, 786, is still going to be the key level of support, right? Like really sitting between about $1.82 and $1.77. Break on down below that, right? If we do come back down below that, POC at $1.53, break below that, looking to the golden pocket 786 between 127 and 117. But if we keep breaking to the upside and we crack that all-time high, I'll be honest, next targets remain the same, sitting up here between 258 and 289. Sorry, had to get close to the screen there. Should have got my spectacles on. But yeah, that is going to be the kind of bigger range that I would, or the next bigger target that I'd be looking at. If we fly through that, I'd be looking up towards 324. If you can get into price discovery here, it does look on the daily like you could potentially put in a high into there. If you're looking at front run this as far as the bearish divergences go, push into the higher highs on price action. This daily might be able to come up and give you that lower high, which would call for a push into this zone. But very simply put, next targets to the upside sitting up here. If you come down, $1.70, $1.80 is your key level of support. Break down below there, look lower. Hold it as support, you're looking higher. So there you go. That's what I look at on Sui. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. Oh, shout out to who said it? Shout out to Chris Ogden. Chris Ogden says Brett is good. Shout out to Brett. Or shout out to Chris. But also shout out to Brett. Yeah, I mean, Brett is kind of in a similar situation, right? We're in that accumulation area. We got the breakout retest of this zone up here. Came back down, tested the POC. If we can get back out here, this value area high is going to be key resistance, right? Sitting at 10 cents. If we get stuck underneath here, POC sitting at 8, almost 9 cents. Lose the POC, look to come back down to 7.5 cents almost. But if you break out, key level to the upside, 12 cents. Break this, probably looking up towards 13 and potentially 14 cents. Break above 14 cents, that's where I'd look up to 16. These are the levels that I would look at on Brett, to be quite honest. And again, it's in that same kind of pattern, right, or setup where you have your lower value area. When you break out here, you go test that previous area of balance. All it takes is another test and a break into this range to see this thing go up and fill the rest of the volume profile. So that's what I'd be looking at on Brett. Let's see. Shout out to K Diggity said, Phoebe didn't stick. She's not that classy, apparently. Shout out to K Diggity. Hey, K Diggity, I don't know if you knew this, but Tony D didn't know who Phoebe was. How messed up is that, bro? How messed up is that? Tony D does not know who Phoebe is. Insane. Let's see. Shout out to Gen Z said, Nas is having a nasty correction. What the heck is that? Let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, shout out to K Diggity. Insane, bro. You believe that? Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Shout out to Tony D. But let's see here. Let's take a look at Nas real quick. Phoebe, shout out to Bitfrog, said Phoebe. Yo, Tony D getting cold for Christmas. Okay. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's take a look at the MACD chart. Okay, well, hey. Shout out to Nasana. To be quite honest, Gen Z said nasty correction. I mean, pretty decent correction for the move up it had. I'll say that. Not that that's not a big pullback, but yeah, that's not a horrible. That is not a horrible correction for that little pullback. What is this? This is probably the POC. This range, if I had to guess. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Let me pull this real quick. Bada boom. Get rid of this local range. All right. Well, hey, you got right into that POC. Similar situation. Kind of have your lower kind of accumulation zone down here. Break out into your value area low, into the POC. Flip that POC. I'd be looking up towards the value area high, sitting at about 534. Pretty simply put. Now this correction. Key level of support, like very simply put, coming in at 299. 299. Yeah. So if you kind of wiggle around, come back down to the value area low, I wouldn't hate that. But I would still be looking at things in terms of this volume profile. You got a nice, healthy breakout into that next area of balance, right? So as long as you remain above that value area low, you could potentially continue to wiggle your way up to higher prices. And I'll flip the POC. That's where you're looking up towards 536, right? But other than that, I mean, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Not a horrible pullback. Yeah, not a horrible pullback for the... Yeah, I mean, you got a nice golden pocket 786 sitting down here as well. So there you go. That not too shabby. Get a move down, hold it as support, back to the POC, back into the value area high. So this is your big support level on Nosana. So shout out to Nosana. Definitely not a yeah, not a bad pullback, but yeah, I'll say a pretty decent pullback, especially for the actual move up that you got. Pretty explosive move up, small correction down, not looking too shabby. All right, let's see. Okay, let's make it seem less dangerous. Yeah, shout out to Gen Z. Yeah, I mean this doesn't really freak me out if I was in this. I would see that as a healthy correction for sure. Shout out to Gen Z. I'm putting your mind at ease, brother. Hopefully that helps you out. But again, daily red dot. This might even continue down. To be quite honest. And I would be okay with that. Coming down to the golden pocket, 786. Let's see. Let's see. Jasmine, we can take a look at Jasmine. Bada boom. Shout out to Abhishek. Hopefully I said that right. He said bada boom. Yo, who was the GOAT who hit like number 850? Shout out to whoever smashed that 856 likes, guys. We're going to be giving away some, I guess Solana wins by a landslide. Dogecoin coming in, or USDT coming in second place. Dogecoin coming in third place. Matic coming in sixth place. So yeah, we'll be giving away, what should we do here? We'll give away $200 in Solana on Friday's giveaway. Thank you for smashing that like button, guys. And we'll keep doing it. Tomorrow's goal is going to be 1,000. If we hit 1,000 on tomorrow's live stream, we'll give away another 200 for a total of 400 in total Solana given away. So smash that like button. Did I say sixth place? Tony D, don't do this to me, bro. Don't do this to me. You couldn't have let that go on. You couldn't have just let that go. Did I say sixth place? Somebody clip it. Somebody tell me if I said sixth place, then it's time to end the live stream because I am just I'm just fried at that point. Shout out to Tony D. You could have just let that one go, Tony. You got to bring it up. Now someone's going to clip it, and they're going to say, Frankie Candles said sixth instead of fourth. You def did. Shout out to Tony D. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even. Oh, you know why? Because it's 6%. Actually, never mind. That's not embarrassing. It's because it's 6%. That's why. Let's see. Shout out to Sky. You thought that was funny, Sky? Come on. All right, let's see. Yeah, Matic 6. Shout out to Free Will. Says Matic doing so bad because it's in sixth place. All right, let's take a look at Jasmine real quick. Not Jasmine. Jasmine. Let's take a look here. All right, so let's see. I mean, hey, it's kind of the same thing as everything else. I'll be honest with you guys. I hate to sound like a broken record here, but you know, when the TA is simple, I like to keep it simple. I don't want to like overcomplicate things that aren't complicated. And this actually looks kind of similar to everything else, right? We have this previous value area. The value area low did wind up getting hit, which is nice. Daily green dot is confirmed. 2-day green dot printing. 16-hour. Yeah, I mean, listen. If we stay above this value area low, sitting at 0.01671, like if we stay above here, we could potentially look for the POC, flip the POC, look to go to the value area high, break the value area high, look to go back to the weekly naked point of control, break the weekly naked point of control, come back up to the golden pocket. I'm just kidding, guys. Well, not really. That is kind of the way you would expect it to go. But this is, yeah, I mean, you guys can't make it up. Right? We pull the golden pocket 786. Beautiful rejection in that zone. Where's the lower high likely to come in? Probably one of the major golden pocket 786 zones. We get the retracement there, and we come back in to. Yeah, we actually never came back down to this golden pocket, so this is still key support down here. But if we hold this value area low, and we're not going to get a bigger dump. Value area low, I just mentioned that level. That's your key support. Key resistance is going to be the value area high at 0.02327. I know I'm saying those quickly. It's kind of hard with the tiny numbers here. But if we break out above here, get above the weekly naked point of control, that's where I'd look for a bigger move up, potentially into the 0.036 cents area. And even if I get rid of this, actually, I'm just going to hide it. I'm not going to delete it. I will hide this range real quick just to kind of clean stuff up. Boom, boom. And if we were to just kind of pull this as a full volume profile, yeah, I mean, this is what you would look for. Value area low to the POC, value area high, break out of the value area high. I would look for a move up to the monthly point of control, again, at 0.036. Other than that, your higher time frame, weekly VWAP is coming up. 4-day VWAP coming up, 3-day, 2-day green dot printing. Yeah, starting to get the green dots on the higher time frames. We could see if we hold this level, I would be looking for a continuation up here. But again, short term, maybe, probably some bing bonging around to do here. But, other than that, those are the levels I would be watching for the most part. If you start losing these lows, just to be clear here, if you are in on Jasmine, if you start losing those lows, massive volume gap here. Come on, volume. There we go. I'll zoom in a little bit just to get a clearer kind of picture of this. Come on, volume. There you go. Massive volume gap between, I would probably call it about 0.014 all the way down to this daily naked point of control, and to be quite honest, maybe even all the way down to this shelf of volume at about 0.0075, right? Huge low volume gap. So you do not want to break into that gap, right? If you come down, you want to bounce hard. But if you do come down, this daily naked point of control golden pocket, 786, shelf of volume confluence, those are the key levels to the upside, which I think were already marked out. I'll just mark them here, right? That would be a big zone of support if you got a bigger breakdown. Again, I'm not necessarily calling for it, but you would definitely want to watch these levels if you get a move down. So there you go. Be careful of that low volume gap. You break these lows, quick move up, oftentimes will give you a quick move down. So just keep that in mind. Those would be the next levels to look at. And that is what I'm looking at on Jasmy. Shout out to the Jasmy gang. Shout out to Derelict. Shouting out the Jasmy gang. But, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate all 810 of you guys for sticking around till the end of the stream. If you missed what I said about Bitcoin, just go to the beginning of the stream. We break it all down for you. Upper targets, what we're expecting in the short term. And right now, we're still just kind of bing-bonging around here. So, yeah, not forcing any trades right now. Letting price move until we can get those confirmations, consolidation, a clear look at what price is going to do before we take some more high probability trades in the Discord. But yeah, shout out to you guys. If you want to check out the premium Discord, go to frankiecandlestrading.com. I don't think we have a link in the description anymore. Whoops. Because just go to the website. We now accept crypto as well if you want to pay via crypto. Just understand, if you pay for the premium Discord with crypto, please understand it will not auto-renew. But yeah, you could do USDT if you wanted to auto-renew. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, shout out to the Mafia. Shout out to Adi. Shout out to Gen Z. Thank you for being here, bro. Let's see. Shout out to Mr. Ethereum. Shout out to Terry. Shout out to Free Will. Shout out to International. Drop those candles in the chat on your way out. Smash that like button. Thank you guys so much for being here. Phoebe is the Bala. Shout out to, or the Bella. Shout out to Jesse. International Tron. Shout out to Naps. Thank you for being here. 850 likes. Hit $200 in Solana on Friday's giveaway, guys. Be here or don't win $200 in Solana. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f*** is it? They should have had them two bells ready. Space shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
It's us. It's an altcoin, Mrs. Candles. It's okay. It's an altcoin, Mrs. Candles. It's not. There's nothing to worry about here, Mrs. Candles. There's nothing to worry about here. Anyway, guys, I got in a lot of trouble with the whole Tia thing last night. But anyway, I gotta go do. Oh God, she's waking up. I gotta go, guys. Hasta pasta. Thank you for being here. I love each and every single one of you guys. See you tomorrow. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the